Oh, hey. I'm feeling that disco Golden Girls vibe tonight. It's my birthday weekend. I got a little white wine spritzer. Listen to this guy, Django Stewart. He's about to join us live from Nashville. And he's an incredible new artist. And I'm very excited to have him on. So let's just not waste any time. Let's bring him in right now. This is Quarantine But Cute. If you have not downloaded this single,
Hey,
I'm just
what's
dancing
up?
to you. I'm dancing to you.
Oh, it's a good track. Whose is it?
Let me just turn it up for people really quick. I mean, can you
I
hear
actually
that?
can't hear it.
I'm like rocking out by my house, like by myself in my house. So Django, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you. And for everybody joining that is probably joining from your page because you already have such a great fan base that's growing and growing. I just want to welcome
Yeah.
all of you. This is an amazing, fun, safe space. We talk about a lot of different things. We have a lot of different guests on. And Django and I recently just connected through our musician friend Sonia Lee, who's an incredible artist in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And we just kind of like hit it off. So we initially were going to talk because she's like, oh, you need to have this artist on the show. But we had a connection. And I really wanted all of my fans and followers to meet you, to have, ooh, I like that.
Wait.
What is happening?
I'm trying to find my vibe.
Yeah,
Okay,
find
there
your
we go.
vibe.
Or is that too pink?
No, I love it. Just be you. I think that's great. But no, I wanted to have you on because I think you're such an interesting, loving, sweet, empathic, creative human. And a lot of people, you know, they see the music and they see a persona, but they don't always get to know people. So I wanted to play a fun little game with you before we talked about Burning Bridges, your single. I just wanted to ask you some little like opener questions, James Lipton style, if that's okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Excellent.
so hi everybody. Let us know where you're watching from, and we'll open up a little Q&A in a bit. But my first question is,
I'm sorry.
what is that the puppy?
If you hear squeaking, yeah.
Oh,
Annie, is this your unicorn?
oh, she's so cute. Okay. What is your favorite color?
Oh my God. Actually, I learned this about me is color therapy really works on me.
Really?
Yeah, it's interesting. Blue, like very, like it's so basic, but just like sky blue is so calming to me.
For
I don't know
you? And your
why.
walls are
Yeah,
kind of blue, right? I mean, it's hard to see
they're
now.
charcoal. They're like
They're
slightly
charcoal.
tinted
Okay.
purple.
I love
Yeah,
blue. I'm more into blue and green as well. And then, just
yeah.
curious, do you have a favorite Golden Girl?
Um,
Am I aging myself?
no, it's just I think it's a cultural thing. I never really got into the Golden Girls.
What was like your show then?
Fuck. Okay, now I've just fucked myself. I'm gonna go back to it. There we go.
Do you have like Post
Okay.
Malone tattoos now? What's
Yeah,
up?
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. What's my favorite show right now?
Or favorite show right now, or like a show that you grew up on that you're like, okay, that's my jam. Like I remember specifically, like
Yeah.
Alf was my jam.
Hmm.
Do you even know what that
Friends?
is?
Alf? Is that
Alf.
Alf? Alf, the movie?
No, Alf. He was like an alien. Does anyone know this? Please comment in the chat. Alf was like this brown thing that was like an alien from outer space, and this like
Oh,
American family like adopted him, and he spoke.
okay. I've seen that thing. I've never seen the show, but I've seen the thing that you're talking about. He's an anteater, right?
Yes, thank you. See, someone says Alf.
Ah,
Yes, yes. Okay. So,
Alf. Okay.
so did you
I
have
will
anything
say,
like that?
yeah. Do you remember dinosaurs?
I was born in '83. I'm an old fart.
Oh, no, but no, in the 90s, there was this like Jim Henson TV show just about dinosaurs in prehistoric times that would like go to work. It was like The Simpsons, but if The Simpsons were Muppet dinosaurs.
Okay, I'm gonna have to find out where that is.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, that's crazy good.
Okay, if you weren't a performer,
Yeah.
is there any other career path that you've thought about?
Therapy. Yeah. I've
Really?
got 2 out of 4 degrees in being like a relational alignment coach,
Oh my
um,
God.
which
Can
is
you
cool.
relationally align me with somebody while I'm in COVID? Because I need a
That's the
partner.
thing though, I don't think I ever managed to relationally align myself, so I don't think it's like, I mean, I could probably do it, but then I'd feel like, Django, what the fuck are you doing? You don't even do this stuff. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll be your friend for sure. Like, just call me before a date, yeah.
I love it. What makes you smile?
What makes me smile? People doing stupid shit.
Really?
Genuinely, like, because I think I'm such a harsh critic that if someone's just like plainly like trips over, or it's just like accidental, like just laughing at us being humans.
I love it. Like
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber shit. Yeah.
Yeah, or just like I'll get so fixated on one thing and like correcting it, and then like getting a bird's eye view of me and being like, oh my god, you're fucking crazy, and then I'll laugh. But okay, wait, other than that, like Titus Burgess is my favorite comedian. I'm
I
obsessed.
love him.
He follows me on Instagram and I don't even know why, but like it fucking like carried me through a year.
I know it's so silly, but sometimes it's like these idols, they are idols or not, these people that are of a public image sometimes, whether you're celebrity obsessed or don't care at all, there
Hmm.
it's an ego thing. When someone acknowledges your existence, whether you're famous or not, it feels
Yeah,
so nice. But it does feel
yeah,
nice when it's someone like Titus. I mean, let's be real.
yeah. Because Titus is queer. He's like out and proud queer, which I think is so cool. Because I myself, as a queer person, am learning what queer is and why it's different from gay. And I'm still learning, and I really don't want to like try and educate people because I
That's
myself
okay.
am learning.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, he's just fucking hilarious, dude.
I
I
know.
love him so much.
I love it. And let me ask you this. What is your biggest fear? Do you have a biggest fear?
Um, yeah, my biggest fear is that I'm crazy, like genuinely. But apparently, if you think you're crazy, you're not crazy. And like, I just have such bad anxiety that like, I've like gone to doctors and been like, just tell me I'm crazy, and they're
Yeah.
like, you're not crazy.
You're not
I'm like,
crazy.
it's bipolar, right? They're like, no. They're like, you have
Yeah, I
acute
mean,
anxiety. Go home.
no, totally. I mean, people think just because you're in the public eye, oh, you're so outgoing and you're so this and you're so that. But quite often, artists like us are introverts in a lot of ways. We can
Yeah,
put it on when it's time, but then we sort of
yeah.
suck it back in for a minute. You got to conserve your energy, right?
Yeah. I think it's probably also just came from not fitting in school at all.
Yeah.
Just always being different or feeling like weird. But I was different and weird. That's the problem, is that like I moved to LA when I was 14, and like my mom's a first generation punk, and I hung out like with my brother's band, and everyone was just kind of had that English attitude thing.
Yeah.
So I remember wearing a shirt in middle school that said cunty, just giant cunty on it in giant
Huh.
letters. And I got taken to the principal's office and they're like, you can't wear that here. Like I went to a very, prestigious private school in LA, and I
Right.
was like, what, why? I don't get it. But yeah, I wore weird, like I think I had a shirt that said, if you don't want to fuck me, baby, baby, fuck off. And like I would just wear that shit and be like, why are people acting so weird to me? Ugh.
I
But
was I was like that in a lot of ways too. I was very rebellious but I wanted to be Gwen Stefani, so I would bleach my hair blonde. I would wear crop tops at school and get in trouble, that would say like
yeah,
Gwen on it, and I would wear plaid pants and really tight stuff, and I was very outgoing, but like not everybody like really accepted me, but I was just like, okay, the one thing I know how to do is make people laugh. So that was my shadow, that was my barrier from the bullying and all the things that I went
mhm.
through. And speaking of garments, I love how everything just sort of goes together. If you could live in one garment for the rest of your life, what would it be? One garment only.
But do I have to stay in one location? Because like, what if it's in the snow, but I want to go somewhere that's hot?
I just say pick one garment, no matter where you are.
that's literally my brain is on crack. I'm like, but what if I have to do this? What if I have to jump out an
so I
airplane?
understand.
um, thanks guys for all the nice words. I would say something like, I'm picturing like a silky chiffon, like,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Like a kimono?
Yeah, but like one open and then like the cotton suit slacks that are very loose, but like the perfect, like they just hug your hip, but
Yeah.
the cloth is so airy. Everything
love
has to
that.
be airy.
Everything I wear is like boho chic on the cheap. That's what I'm going to say. And let me tell
Yes.
you what, I'm not trying to flash you, but I'm trying to flash you. If I could wear one garment for the rest of my life, it would be a bikini.
Yeah.
Just saying. And I'm a curvy girl, and it's just, I don't give a shit anymore about
Good.
what people think about how I look or anything. I'm about to be 37 on Sunday, and I'm just letting it out. Like, do you feel
Yes.
that way as you're
Yes.
coming into your
You
own as an
are
artist?
beautiful, by the way. Everybody look at her. She's beautiful. And that's the thing. I think like I'm a highly sensitive person. I almost feel like my brain, something happened somewhere along the way where I just assumed everything was a threat.
Huh,
So
yeah,
my
me
brain
too.
is just like downloading information, like trying to like, but
Like people are out
so
to get you, you mean, kind of feeling?
just I think probably being ridiculed and everything. I just constantly was trying to blend, like just defense. Like I didn't have humor in school. I had being cool. Like that was my thing. I
Okay.
wasn't out the closet because it wasn't cool to be gay in my grade. I was like the
Really?
quintessential hipster from London. But then I even got bullied because like I would go to London. I hung out with Amy Winehouse in a pub once before she filmed Black to Black and stuff. And my mind would be blown. And then I'd come back and I'd say those stories. And I'd think that people would like then want to hang out with me. And I think it just made me sound like a dick.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that because I've worked for celebrities as their assistant my whole life. And everyone's always like, oh, well, you worked for Ben Stiller? Oh, you worked for Al Pacino? That must be so this and that. But they are just people. And
Yeah.
actually, one of my very good friends, shout out to Blake Wood, he was best friends with Amy Winehouse. He actually just came out with a Taschen
Yeah.
book about her. And it's something where, you know, as his friend, there's that boundary. Sure, I was a fan of Amy. Sure. I mean, she's a freaking genius before her time. But I'm never like, ooh, tell me about Amy. Like, it
I think
reveals
this is a
itself.
thing. This is a thing that I think gets misconstrued a lot with me, my personality, which I'm having issues with currently, is that
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with music. Like, I'm really obsessed, and I'm really obsessed with making my life something to be proud of. And I think because I'm so obsessed with that, it might, if I'm talking about it, come across like I'm trying to talk about, I don't know, but that's what I relate to people on. That's why like songwriting is so incredible for me, because maybe like I just couldn't relate to people except for when we were talking about music and things like that. That's how my whole family relates. So
Well, you obviously came from your dad being half of the Eurythmics and your mom in Shakespeare's Sister, which I have a story about that in a second. My own personal story with one of the albums.
I
But I
love
mean,
that story.
it's really good. I'm going to tell it in a minute. But so you grew up in that world. I mean, is that hard to navigate as far as you get older, going, okay, well, not everybody's in this world, and I don't want to seem a certain way. I want to
Yeah,
relate.
I
That's
mean,
got to be a hard thing to
honestly,
live in and out of.
I used to just always try to think of like, okay, like what can I do to not upset anyone ever, all the
Yeah.
time. And I was so depressed, like so depressed. And I didn't know what to do with all the pain inside me. And I ended up doing fucking weird shit, because that's what human beings do when they try to stuff down pain.
Yeah.
You end up like doing weird things. It's just like, we're just like these weird animals with feelings and we don't know what to do with them.
Well,
So
it's true. And I can say from experience, obviously, I'm not a celebrity, but I grew up around them since I was 15, working in the music business and touring with Linkin Park and Chris Cornell, and seeing how they're just how their entourage behaves. It's a very, like, you know, and I wasn't like doing super close things for them. I was on the sponsorship side. It wasn't until I was with some other musicians and famous people that I was assisting that I got much closer. Um, but it is a very just weird world, and to carve out yourself out of that is a very admirable thing. And I think, you know, regardless of whatever's happening within that world, you are making a name for yourself, and people are seeing that and they're hearing that. And I think it's not even
I'll
about,
tell you, sorry.
no, I was just
I
saying.
hear you. I think the challenge is experimenting and finding yourself in the public eye while people are being like, I can make money on you. Like, be with me, come here, stick in this project. This is it. We can do it. We can make money off of this. And it's like, I'm finding myself.
Yeah. You're
This
very
isn't
young
your
still.
project, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
You're just
I'm
figuring it out.
20, I'm 29.
Yeah.
But you know, I think I am an artist that has my whole life. I've gotten a lot of interest, right, from my abilities that I have, and I work really hard. But it's never really. Here's where I think where everything changed for me is I always wanted validation from a person who I thought was more business savvy than me.
Okay.
So I
Like,
would. Does that make sense?
yeah, like the validation. I mean, I didn't have my father, so a lot of things were like male validation for me. So for you in the business way, was it more like, am I a good enough singer despite my family history? Am I good enough at this? Was it like that, or what do you mean?
Um, I think it's just like never realizing that like I'm the boss of my project. It's me. I'm the creator. It's no one else. Like I'm constantly like, oh, I wrote a song, but I didn't know what to do with it. Will you manage me? Will you sign me? No, bitch. Like I am a fucking creator. Like I had to flip it in my head. I mean, I went into just such a dark depression. This is funny. That Moesha was on TV. Do you remember Moesha?
Yes, of course I do.
Remember the theme song was Mo to the E to the?
Mo to the E to the,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my God, you're bringing me back.
I couldn't get out of bed, so I started saying Jang to the go to the. Like, no joke.
I'm gonna cry.
I know it's dark. My life has gone dark before, but that point when I started doing that, I created like an inner cheerleader, basically. And
that was all you.
yeah, and
That's a
that
big
saved
deal of
me.
how strong
So
you are. You're strong.
thank you.
You are, though, and I love you. And you know, we just met a couple weeks ago, and I can say honestly to everybody watching as well, because I'm so glad that you're here to get to know Django and to get to know me a little bit. That you are a really lovely person. And I was thinking about this last night, like, you can connect with a lot of people, especially if you're an extrovert, but I actually feel that we are very, 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 very deeply connected, and I'm so happy to have you a friend, as a new friend, and I'm so happy to promote your music. And I am a connector and a manifester, and I want everyone to know who you are. And I really just want to take a moment to thank you for being you and for pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, because I had to do the same fucking thing, man. No one
Yeah.
understood where I was coming from in the 90s when I was in rehab and having depression issues. People just thought you were some crazy teenager. No one took the time to understand what depression was, or why you were having
Or trauma.
Exactly.
People are terrified of the word trauma. Trauma means less than nurturing. That's all trauma is. Were certain things, even in friendships, less than nurturing, you know? It's just, but yeah, as creatives, I'm sure you can relate, and as performers,
as an
people
actor,
think, okay, stand back up, it's go time, camera's on. You know what I mean? And like, yo, okay, let's talk about this. Like, I was trapped in the closet. I got signed to Capitol Records, and they were saying, how many chicks are you fucking on this tour, bro? You know, like, are you getting any pussy? Like, you know, just horrible things. I gotta say, as a gay man as well, it is a different experience in the music industry. You are kind of looked at as lesser than, and people don't want to say it. If you say that, like, you know, they'll be like, "What are you talking about? I love gay people. Like, drag queens are great." And it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, but you will always look at the gay guy when you're uncomfortable and throw his ass under the bus.
that's
You know
very
what I
true.
mean? I've had so many experiences where, like, I was the one who had the courage and was being brave and being confrontational,
Hmm.
and like all, I don't know, all the other people that were like supposed to be in power kind of just cower away,
You know,
and then
I have recently I had Quentin Tarver on, and I'm fully open to say this because he was on the show and he discussed it himself.
mm,
Um, he discussed it with us. Quentin Tarver was on the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack, and he was 12 years old and sold like 4 million records for doing the gospel version of Everybody's Free. Remember, you said you loved him, and
I
he did it.
fucking love that song. Like, oh my god, I was
If
listening to that all the time when I
if
was a
you guys don't know what we're talking about, just go get the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack with Leonardo DiCaprio, Claire Danes. Quentin Tarver was the same age as me at the time,
yeah,
12, 13, and he basically got shunned out of the music industry because of sexual assault.
yeah,
And no one wanted to lift him up. And, you know, it's just, we're in a different period now, thank God. You have
yeah.
overcome a lot of stuff. Quentin has, I
Well,
have,
so a
trauma.
similar, sorry, the same thing kind of happened to me in Hollywood, basically. And yeah, I just wanted to shut up because, yeah, that's what happens. Like, everyone just is like, I don't really want to hear about that. That makes me uncomfortable. Like,
Well, guess what? We're
sorry.
all uncomfortable now, and that's the best thing ever because that's going to create what? Change.
Exactly. So, bring it to the record because with all of
Yes.
this shit, clearly everyone's got so much on their plates, and I'm so glad that like the Me Too movement happened, and people are
Yes.
talking about mental health now, and we all have fucking cameras on our phones, and the race, I'm not going to say the right word, but the racism in this country is finally coming out, and it's like finally like all the
Yeah.
people that have just been gaslit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, like
Yeah.
society has been gaslit by people in power. And I, in my own life, have experienced that just so much in different situations. But
Yeah.
my album is me trying to verbalize those feelings and get it out there, kind of like how Alanis Morissette did with Jagged Little Pill. It's like a fantasy revenge.
That's my favorite album of all time.
Yeah.
That was my second concert I ever saw in like 1996. And so back to music, to the beginning of it all.
Hmm.
Other than, of course, being in a family that was obviously musically inclined, you know, what really inspired you to start singing? Like, when did you sort of start like taking off with it as a
This is
child?
the. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, because you were talking about backup singers to me the other day.
Yeah, no, this is the thing. Like, I sing like I breathe. I thought, I've heard this saying that someone told me that in some tribe in Africa, if you say to them, like, I can't sing, like, it's your God given right, it's your birthright to sing. So they're saying, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, do you not have a soul? Like, that's scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, Fuck yes. Oh my god, sorry, I just got such exciting news, but I can't tell you all because it's going to be on Instagram later. Um,
Ah! You're number one on Billboard.
it might be a drag queen. Uh, okay, anyway.
I love it.
So, what was I saying?
We were talking about you singing, and then we were talking about Africa and how
Right.
you're God given right. Okay.
Oh my god, I love that. Just even that, yeah, I'm all over the map. Okay, so yeah, it's your birthright to sing. I just don't understand. I guess I always sang, but I feel like yeah, people would always say, "Oh, you're a really good singer," but then they'd say, "Sing for us, come here and sing for us." I remember my Irish grandparents would always be uh, kind of tipsy and be like, "Come in here and sing for us." And I
Perform now,
hated it.
boy.
Yeah, like I hated it. But
That's intense.
it wasn't until I knew I don't know, I got embarrassed about it. My dad was always trying to encourage me to do it, and I would just get really shy.
Yeah.
Um, and I take like piano lessons here and there, and I was obsessed with James Brown from the age of 4, so I started playing saxophone. And
Oh, hey.
yeah, that was my first instrument.
I played
Rich.
clarinet. They told me,
Sick.
you want to hear how messed up the band teacher was? He's like, I wanted to play flute, and he's like, you don't have the right lips for it. What does that mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have been Lizzo, but instead I played clarinet.
Oh my God, fuck that. Wait, but you could be the clarinet version.
I don't know. I think he was a pervert, and he just wanted to see me go like this.
Everyone's a pervert in one way.
Ugh. But
Anyway.
no, okay. So you were singing though a lot of the times you said with backup singers from your mom's band and
Right.
your dad's
No,
band
no,
or
no.
what?
So basically, I do remember feeling like I could sing, and I think it was the Eurythmics were on tour in Australia,
Okay.
and it was this huge stadium tour with like it was all going for Greenpeace. It was all the profits went to Greenpeace, and it was just an incredible thing to be a part of as a child. Like I hung out with this girl who was raised on a boat to save the whales, like, you know, proper Greenpeace activism, like
Wow.
in it. My dad was like, you got to see this up close, you know, and
Wow.
but backstage, the backup singers, they were always soul singers, right, for Eurythmics, so I would just sing along with them, and I don't know, it's just, I'm addicted to singing, like, it's,
You feel free.
yeah, I don't know why no one else is. I guess I'm like, why aren't you? Why aren't you
Well,
singing?
not everyone can sing. Let's just be real. We can pretend and we can
Right.
do karaoke. And I actually wanted to be a singer. That was my dream since I was 5 years old. And guess what? I was too shy because I never thought I was good enough. So I did musical theater and I hid behind a lot of people because that's part of why I started working for celebrities and going on tour with musicians because I hoped that it would rub off on me. And then it wasn't until I met Al Pacino where he said, you got it. You don't know that you have it, but you do. And you need to, and I'm not singing necessarily, but I would sing with him in the trailer on movies we worked on. And he's like, oh, you got a good voice. And there was something about like, of all the people in the world, God or whoever sent down Al Pacino to tell me my worthiness. And I finally listened because I wasn't listening to anybody else, you know?
Yeah.
And then I finally got the confidence to start acting again. And he was like, you should go do this. And so sometimes it's just one person that says something the way they say it at a certain time in your life that you
Yeah.
wake up, you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
even if that's something you've wanted to do forever, someone sometimes has to bring that out in you. And I didn't even know him. I knew him for a couple
Mm-hmm.
weeks and he helped propel my career, you know, in a lot of ways.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah. That's
so
like, I remember when Eric Valentine said to me, Eric Valentine is a guy who produced like Songs for the Deaf by Queens of the Stone Age
mhm.
and Smash Mouth and what were they? Good Charlotte. But he
Oh my
produced
God,
my
good Charlotte.
yeah.
Take
He
me back.
produced my last band's album, and he said to me, have you ever tried doing pop? And I was like, no, I'm rock and roll. I was like such a egoic rocker kid,
Yeah,
which is probably why I went into a depression. Um, and
fair.
then it always stuck in my mind, and that saying like, you can't do the same thing over and over again and expect different results.
Yeah, the definition of insanity.
Yeah. So I've been signed to 2 different labels now and tried rock and roll. So it was like,
Okay.
we tried. But
But
yeah, but that,
this single seems to be so naturally you because I didn't know you before 3 weeks ago. Okay, and when I see you and I was talking to you before I ever heard your music, I had an idea of you, and then the single came out, and I was even more like, yes, this is him. Like I feel from how I met you to what the single is that I heard that is truly you, and I think that's such an honorable, amazing thing to reach already in the career that you're just really truly right like
yeah.
now coming out with, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well,
And it's
I'm
pop.
really lucky though. Like I'm very aware that I was, you know, I'm very privileged. God bless my parents. They've done really well. You know, both of them came from nothing, but I still have to recognize that like Oh my God, sorry. My dog is barking at his reflection right now.
Oh, Addie. Oh,
Aggie.
Aggie.
Yeah.
I said Addie. That's the white wine spritzer, y'all.
Hey. Oh man, I wish I'd known.
Aggie's cute. Can we show everybody Aggie really quick?
Oh yeah.
We're having
Aggie,
such a lovely
come
conversation,
here.
you guys. Thanks for joining Quarantine But Cute. I'm Lauren Aparicio. I'm a host and I'm an actor. I usually live in Brooklyn, but I'm in the woods at my parents' house, hiding out from COVID to the best of my ability. But I think a bunch of people got sick in this neighborhood, so I'm hiding from them. And
This
let's talk
is
about puppies. Okay, and then we're going to talk a
Agador.
little bit more about the single. And if you guys have any questions, there is a little question mark next to the comments. And before we go, hi, s.michael_1. I like saying it out loud. s.michael_1.
Yeah, I know. People's
YK_water me. Olga_la Sienna.
I actually went on a live stream this morning and a guy named Justin Sperm. I was like, hello, Justin Sperm. All right.
What does he do for fun?
I don't know. I was like, that's hot.
I love it. Oh, we have a question coming in. I just want to see. Oh, okay. From Cog Firefly. Who would be your favorite collab?
From what?
Collab. Who would you love to collaborate
Collaboration?
with?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Oh my God. My brain is like so excited.
There's probably so many people.
So many.
But let's just think about one, because
yeah.
I think obviously if I had to choose for you because I love you, obviously Lady Gaga. But
oh yeah, that would make sense.
But what about
you? I'm just so obsessed with Teyana Taylor.
Yes, Teyana Taylor's a boss.
I know, she's a fucking boss.
Her clothes, her Instagram, everything. I'm like, I will never be that cool.
Have you ever seen WTP?
No.
Work That Pussy. It's one of her songs. But it's based on
He said the P word, y'all.
I said it. What? So have you seen Paris is Burning?
Yes, of course. Vogue.
Yes. So
if no one's seen Paris is Burning and you want to learn where Vogue came from, like Vogue, not Madonna Vogue, the real what voguing is, you need to go see Paris is Burning. Rent it.
Yeah. But yeah, Zoe Knox, you keep just asking me about like other.
Adam Lambert, they said, and I actually was the talent handler for Adam Lambert one day last year. He was doing the opening of the crazy thing in New York that looks like a spaceship. What's it called? That big bronze thing?
I have no idea.
I don't know. It looks like a giant honeycomb. Anyway, nicest guy ever. Totally stole his tequila out of his dressing room because he never went in the dressing room. So,
oh, really?
It was like really expensive tequila.
He has such, I used to be friends with him. Well, I guess I still am, but I live in Nashville.
He's the nicest guy.
I've written with him before. He's insanely talented.
He is
so
nice.
WTP, sorry, Aggie's attacking his uniform.
That's okay. WTP, go ahead, and then I have 3 questions.
Okay, you have to see the music video because it's all based on voguing, and live she has all her dancers are men in heels voguing so hard, and she's just in the middle being like in like a leather corset, and it's like fucking sick.
I need a second live so I can come back as the pop star I was meant to be. I used to sing under the willow tree in front of my mom's house in Georgia, and then she'd be like, time for dinner, and I would literally shut down and pretend that I wasn't singing.
Aw, I have a record label. I'm releasing on my own record label, so
I can actually sing. So I sang it Don't Tell Mama. I did Lady Gaga. I have video of it. I'll send it to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yes.
Well, you have to come to Nashville soon. We can all have a hangout and a songwriting.
I know, I missed you. I can write too. But I'm not trying to promote myself. I'm trying to promote you. So, Burning Bridges is a great track. Michael_1 said. Are there full album plans?
Yeah. So basically, before the pandemic happened, I was planning on releasing an EP and playing gigs in London. I signed a year lease in London, and it was the first time I'd lived there since I was 14. Like, well, that's not true. I lived there for 6 months once. But
I love London. My ex was from Southampton.
Aww. But yeah, it's so I was supposed to go release an EP, and now I basically have about 8 tracks ready to go.
That's exciting.
That yeah, and I have another video, maybe up my sleeve, but yeah,
Tease.
I'm pretty much just gonna keep it going the way I have been, and I personally love the way everything's going with quarantine because
Yeah.
I have been working my ass off and no one's been able to see it.
Yeah.
So, because I'm not on stage.
But don't you think that's a lovely thing? Because, you know, what I'm finding in quarantine, I created the show 18 weeks ago and I got signed by one of the biggest talent agencies in the world for it. That's
That's fucking
crazy.
sick. Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
the reason why I'm saying it is not you guys to toot my own horn. It's to
No.
say that like less is more. You don't need to reach out to every friend and say, am I doing it right? Is that okay? Like you
Mm,
can really take the time to become creative without all these distractions. I mean, I know, look, I know we need money. I know we need to pay our rent. We need to be able to put
mhm.
food on the table. And not all of us are fortunate enough to run to our parents' house like I was able to. You know, I still have my apartment sitting in Brooklyn, but I got a roommate who is a friend of a friend. And like, all I'm saying is this is such a special time. I feel like most people that are my creative friends have become some of the best versions of themselves because
Yeah.
there's not that everyday schedule of being outside the home and going from place to place. You can truly focus on your art. So when that is being said, someone said, I'm horrible at finishing songs. What's your best strategy when writing music? That's from Flowers Give Life. So are you finding there's a
Uh,
different strategy maybe in quarantine?
I write just every way and any way. I'm aggressive with it. So like,
I like
if
that.
you're not vibing on that track, go to a different track. I have like 4 songs on the go at all times. So as soon as I'm like, man, I don't know about that, I'm jumping into the next one. And even like, I was gonna throw out 2 songs last year, and now I'm bringing them back into the album. I'm rewriting them with Tyler Aubrey and Abel Hart. So I just think my dad always said this actually is net like songs like they're always valuable.
Yeah.
Never throw anything away. It's always valuable. And even if you're using this song to get to a deeper part of yourself to write the next song, you just have to have blind faith and follow your intuition.
So I'm gonna take out all my old writing books from when I was 14 and send you all my songs.
Yeah, there you go. They're probably like fucking hits. Watch.
They're dark.
Well,
I was the privileged child who thought the whole world was coming after me, and that's for my own daddy abandonment issues. But hey, so
yeah.
wait, did you actually say who your dream collab was? Did we actually answer that question?
Yeah. Well, currently it would probably be. Oh my god,
Nope.
I'm just gonna say Tayana Taylor because she is all about the voting
Yes, you
and the
said
queer
Taylor.
culture, and she's a fucking badass. Like, goddamn.
And so someone's sort of asking the same question. I said question. It's Friday. Someone's asking the same question. So you obviously have an album that's going to follow. You said you have 8 songs.
Mhm.
When is that something we can expect to see, or when are you going to be releasing maybe the
Well,
next
I'm
single?
gonna
Because
release.
people are loving Burning Bridges. It's freaking amazing, dude. I'm just going to dance to it tonight.
Thank you,
It's
thank
really
you.
beautiful.
I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful it's out
Yeah,
because I wrote and recorded a whole album that got shelved last year, like by a label. So just the fact that this is
yeah.
out and people can hear it is like everything. Um, but what was the question? Sorry.
It was the same question that someone else had asked about, like when could they
Uh,
expect an upcoming like full album, and
yeah.
then do you have any collaborations on that album already?
So basically, no, because I'm signed to my own label, so I'm just gonna put out a
Right.
single every month. Like I'm, it's up to you guys. Like you tell me when you want a new song. Tell me when you know what you're into. Honestly, I just love that we've cut out the middleman. So
Yeah,
I've got like probably a single every month for the rest of the year.
that's a dream, especially for fans. You know, it's just like you get hooked on a song, and of course you can loop it over and over and over. That's a blessing. I mean, that's how I am with Gaga. That's how I am with so many artists. But like, you're a very special new artist that people need to hear. And how exciting is that
God,
you can
thank you.
you
It's
can
so.
build that though, but it's true. I'm not just saying that. Like it is true, and you're welcome. And also just like that's so fun. What a gift to release something once a month to your fans. Like I like the way you're doing it is what I'm trying to say.
Thank you. And also just being me. Because I think growing up in the entertainment industry, did you ever just compare yourself to people who had already made it?
I still do
And
that.
yeah, and you don't see all the like gross parts,
Yeah.
you know?
I
But
have to remind myself comparison is poison.
yeah,
And every time I start comparing myself, I have to stop and make a little mental gratitude list of
yeah.
how hard I've worked, because for years everyone's like, oh, you've done so much, you worked for all these celebrities. I mean, you can Google my name, you can look me up on IMDb. I've got like 8 actor credits, but I have,
Mm,
50 film credits because I work behind the scenes forever. And
yeah.
there's a part of me that's like, oh well, I don't have enough and I don't have this, and then I have to just go, um wait a minute, you have, like, it just kind of like goes past me over my head sometimes when
Mm,
people are like, oh, you've worked for this person, and I'm like, yeah, like, because I'm trying to be humble about it, I think. And it comes
mm,
off as maybe I'm just like, it's my job, because it is. But when I think about the fact that like certain people plucked me from obscurity to tell me that I was worth it, like
mm,
that's such a heavy, amazing thing. And I
mm,
have to stop and go, okay, yeah, I'm not I don't know, say an actor. I'm not
mm,
Rosario Dawson. I'm not, I don't know why that came in my head. I'm not Julia Roberts, but like I am working hard to finally like figure out who I am and what my gift is. And I work really hard to do that, and to be able to host this show while I don't have necessarily, I don't want to say I don't have, because I don't want to put that out in the universe, but there's not been a lot of acting opportunities in COVID.
mm.
And
Yeah.
I love interviewing people like you, because I only want people in my life, and I hope other people agree with this, that are also not only being productive, but they're aligning their energies in a way that we can all move up together.
Hmm.
Those are the only people I want to be around.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I binge on Eckhart Tolle and
Oh yes.
Oprah, and when they talk about when your life's purpose gets behind what brings you joy, yeah, isn't there that sweet magic moment where it's like your show right now, your
Yeah.
person, everything came together. Like when everything starts harmonizing, I think the one thing that clicked for me was being authentic, because I was
Yeah.
too scared, because when you're working with people in the industry, they want to change you.
Yeah.
So the core message I was getting is you're just not enough, dude. Be something else. Be something other than you're not. So
Yeah. I feel that.
this whole project is actually saying, fuck you, I'm enough, motherfucker. I have no idea how else to get it
No,
out.
I love it. We can talk forever. So let's talk about the single. Someone said, which came first, lyric or instrumental in creating Burning Bridges?
Really good question. Um, so really good question. What happened with that Burning Bridges in specific was I started talking to Abel because we just had a lot
Yeah.
in common as human
He's a
beings.
producer?
Abel is, yeah, the producer, and he
Yeah.
was on a TV show called Songland that actually my dad helped create.
No,
So,
amazing.
yeah, so I know it sounds like total nepotism, but I met
No,
him
but
just.
whatever, man. All in the
No,
family.
but we hadn't planned on working together.
Yeah.
My dad literally was like, "This is a kid who knows nobody in Hollywood, and you guys are very eccentric, strange music makers. Like,
And
you
put you
should."
together. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a
talk.
connector, it sounds like, as well, your father.
My dad, yeah. Oh my God, my dad, yeah. He's a very lovely guy, and just yeah.
And just to preface, I don't mean connector like in that superficial way. I mean like really connecting personalities and energies with people who deserve to collaborate together, because it's going to
Mm,
help others
mm-hmm.
in many ways.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, no, he was dead on. Like I had just gotten dropped from a label called Big Machine, and I was gutted.
Shout out to Big Machine.
Shout out to Big Machine, good job. I so don't care.
Snooze you lose. Snooze you
No,
lose.
it was nice though. It's always nice to get a bit of validation, but whatever. It happened. I learned my lesson.
People get jobs from agents all the time in acting.
Right.
It's actually very normal.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
If you haven't failed, you don't have a story, in my opinion.
Exactly. So, me and Abel were talking, and we just, similar to me and you, right? Just like, just like energy, like crazy energy. And he was like, man, what are you doing, dude? And I was like, I'm so fucking like sick of everyone in this industry. Everyone's full of shit. They sign you one minute, they drop you the next, they want you, and then they're like, we want everything about you, but just different. Can you just change? We loved it, but like, the way you did it, acoustic, yeah, but we want it rock. Okay,
Can you dress up like a polar bear next time?
I swear to, yeah, like, and then I'm like, I get the fucking coolest musicians in LA, like Queens of the Stone Age bass player, like all these dudes. I write these fucking songs, and I just don't get it. And then they're like, yeah, but we're not sure why this isn't working. I'm like, it worked. They signed me on the spot when I sang in front of them. That's how they signed me. So it's like, my dad says it's this thing, pick it up, fuck it up, and drop it.
Pick it up, fuck it up, and drop it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That is what I'm doing.
Yeah, and any egoic businessman likes to do that. So like, oh my God, I know what you could be. Let me make you into this. And it's just crazy. So anyway, sorry.
But couldn't you pick it up, fuck it up, and drop it? Like, drop the mic, I'm a badass. Pick it up, fuck it up, drop it.
Exactly. That's what the fucking album is doing. Yes.
Oh, it is. Burning Bridges. Okay, so what was the concept behind that? Where did that come about? When did it pop in your head? Tell me the whole thing.
I know. Fuck, I can get really sidetracked. Okay.
No, we're having a great time.
Yeah, Abel so goes, I'm complaining. He's complaining. I go, I wish I could just write a song like Just Hold On, I'm Going Home by Drake. It's just so feel good, you know, you just want to smoke a joint to it. And he's like, oh, word, I actually just wrote a track like that the other day. And I was like, no way. And I'm like, pretty transparent. Like, when he said that, I was like, oh, you know, like, may I hear that?
Yeah, may I get my hands on that, please?
Yeah, can I have that, please, for my ear holes? So, is that really distracting?
I thought it was my dog chewing on a thing the whole time. Wow.
I love that we're both.
I had one white wine spritzer, guys. One Golden Girls style beverage. That's all I need.
I haven't. I've done CrossFit. I've done 2 hikes, and I'm just like pumped.
Oh, I meditated, had my hot lemon water coffee, and went straight to this.
I love us.
I do a little detox retox.
I think we both need like a page out of each other's books. Like, I should have meditated, but I'm like, that's the main thing. My whole, hi, Beth.
Hi, Beth. Hi, Beth.
Supposed to be on your annual leave.
How do I say your last name? Wiz?
Ouija.
Annie plays guitar. Yo, Django, Burning Bridges is dope. Hi, Annie plays guitar.
I love you, girl. She's fucking amazing, actually. I ended up writing with her and her bandmate Hannah for another track. I've got tracks everywhere, like stored around the world, like in different computers.
Wait,
back
like
to Burning Bridges.
Like they do those seeds in case of the apocalypse. They have seeds stored in Brazil and then like Finland and shit.
I'm like a fucking squirrel with nuts, but with songs. Like, I don't even remember that I've left some in like Switzerland, and people are like, "You're gonna fit."
You're a machine.
But Burning Bridges. Okay, so yes.
We just so everyone watching knows, we talk for hours, usually, or can talk for hours, and tangents are fun though because it's the real us.
Are you aware of like indigo children?
The indigo. Yes, I am. Yes.
So I like. Every time someone tries to describe like an indigo child or a Palladian, do you know what that is?
No.
This is weird shit.
We got 10 minutes.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, anyway, there's like this new age concept that like, we're like data collectors, and when we cross each other's paths, we just try to fill each other in, and we're like, "Okay, thanks," and like it just keep moving.
Telepathically or how?
No, like the way we're doing, we're just.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, burning bridges. Okay, so emailed the track, and I wrote really easily over it, and that was the sign. Like I was just like,
Yeah.
messages on my phone, about to lose control, and me
No,
and Tyler.
more.
Oh fuck! I'm also learning it on acoustic guitar. But yeah, and then me and Tyler were just talking about like romantic crushes. I was actually talking with someone. It was so stupid. I'm sure you can relate, where you have like a crush with someone, and you start like having intense DMs or text threads, and it's all bullshit. Like it's just like a total fantasy. So that was Tyler. You know, we're both like gay best friends, and she was just being there for me. And her part was just saying essentially, don't wait, the time will never be just right. Why not try it all tonight? We were kind of co-signing like, fuck it, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a whole fantasy about going for that person that you've been lusting after. It's pretty much about lust more than love.
I don't know. I want to ask the opinion of a lot of people watching, because I'm not old by any means, but I'm 37 on Sunday. This is just a side relationship question. So, I mean, my whole life, I've been that very direct person. I say how I feel, I communicate it. And so many times, you know, I will get shut out. And then the advice of friends and other people is, oh, let them chase you. Let them do this. Let them come to you. It's the same thing in business. But I'm kind of over that, and I feel like we're finally lifting that screen of this illusion that we have to play a game to achieve someone or something or even ourselves. I mean, don't you feel like that's just a tired story?
What, human doing instead of human being?
Just being a
Right?
human being, saying what you want, and oh, thank you guys. Oh my God, they give me birthday messages.
Yeah. Oh my god, I
I'm
wish I
nobody. Just kidding, I'm everybody.
could.
But
We're
no,
gonna have to FaceTime on your birthday.
oh, we are gonna FaceTime. I'm gonna be on a boat. Um,
Ooh.
but no, I'm just saying, like, as it is just people, humans, do you find it, for me, it's very sad when someone says, oh, well, you should let them text you. You should let them chase you. And it's like, I'm a Leo. I'm a lion. I'm a fucking, you know, like, do you ever feel like you've got a sense of yourself when it comes to relationships? Speaking specifically
Oh.
about this song.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole thing called the inner chemical closet that no one wants to talk about. But there are drugs in this body without ingesting drugs. There is
Yes.
adrenaline, there is cortisol, there is dopamine, serotonin, vasopressin, like all these crazy like drugs that you are high when you communicate with a crush for the first time.
Yeah.
My like the amount of emotion is energy in motion. The amount of intensity I have on emotion, like, I need a good week of no contact in between contacting for the first time.
No, me too. You're a Sagittarius. I'm a Leo. We're fire signs. That's very, someone just
Mhm.
said, no. Tell them you're a Leo, girl. Zoe Knox said that. It's true. And like, I'm very into astrology, but I don't live my life by it. But at the same time, it's been a comforting force for me as like a
Mhm.
weirdo from kindergarten, you know? People when I was a kid were like, you're weird, you
Yeah.
know? And it's just like, no, dude, I'm just special.
Right. Yeah.
What are you? But sidetrack. So Burning Bridges,
Yeah.
fantastic. I love the video. Who shot the video?
Okay, so Sophie Muller, who is
Are
just
you fucking kidding me? Sophie Muller? That's Gwen
no,
Stefani's chick
yeah,
for the last 25 years.
yeah. So she's my godmother. Basically, I know I sound like
I can't. I can't.
but yeah, basically, Sophie's my godmother, and I've been obsessed with her since I was a kid. She's one of my favorite human beings in the
She's
whole
brilliant.
planet. But like as a person, she's just a fucking amazing human, and she's hilarious. She's witty. She's charismatic, and she's so spot on. And she's quite queeny as well, which I like in a really smart way. And she got me to binge watch just really cult classic, incredible movies from a young age and make me feel really smart for like studying or like just bizarre, just being really eccentric. And I've always wanted to shoot with her. I used to be a PA on Gwen's sets all the time, and my dad's produced Gwen. It's like a very incestuous little pool, but I was very aware that I would seem really entitled if I ever asked for something like that.
Yeah.
So I made sure that I was at the point where I thought, okay, like I feel that this song is deserving of a Sophie Muller music video. I feel I've worked this long, this hard. I've never asked for it before. And I asked Sophie, and she said, yeah. So I was just like, fuck.
Wow.
And she didn't really say yeah. She kind of sat down with me and she was like, what do you mean? What do you want? Whatever. She was like, let's just look at other 90s videos. And we started looking at her friend Douglas Hart's music video she'd filmed of, I think it was Jesus and Mary Chain and Sky Ferreira.
Yes.
Or Sky Ferreira and someone, but
she's shot so many people. She's like the Annie Leibovitz of music videos.
Sophie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Sophie's
incredible.
Legend.
Yeah.
I love every single No Doubt video.
But what's funny is, like a lot of those 90s videos were inspired by me and my brother. Like, remember Song 2 by Blur? Like, woohoo, when I feel
I grew up with that.
Yeah, so the music video where they're jumping and being slammed against walls, it's because Sophie was like babysitting us and playing the song. And being just wanting to see what kids would do. She gets inspired by how kids are uninhibited a lot. And so me and my brother started just slamming ourselves against the wall every time it went, woohoo! And she was like, that's it. Like, isn't that crazy?
I love all these little like gems you keep dropping in this conversation. This has been quite extraordinary, I have to say. We have about 4 more minutes left. I don't know if I already asked you this, but what is something no one knows about you?
Such an open book. I don't know.
It could be something stupid, like you stick your finger in the peanut butter jar. I don't know. Instead of a spoon. I don't know. I'm thinking of Pedro Zamora from The Real World.
I can go, hello.
Was that like Chewbacca?
Yeah.
Can you do anything weird with your face? Because this is my one party trick. I can keep one eye straight and one eye like this. Are you ready?
Ooh.
I learned that in math class. That hurt.
I love you. That was amazing.
It hurts.
Maybe don't do it.
Don't try this at home. One of my favorite persons is that Brett Man Rock guy. And you know, he's like, Brett Man, the science bitch. And I'm like, Lauren Ann, the science witch. So I like to come up with experiments, and this is one of them.
Oh, I'm gonna do this.
Whoa. Hey, stop hitting on me. I'm just kidding.
I know, right? I know.
Well, look, I love you so much for coming on. Burning Bridges single. Congratulations. Django Stewart, everybody.
Thank you.
Got more music coming on the way. You're a true artist and a sweetheart from the depths of my soul. I cannot thank you for enough for coming on, and I'm so glad that we're new friends. And I'm just really excited to follow your career and see how everything turns out, because so far it's beautiful.
Thank you, and likewise, and I can't wait to hang out in person.
I know.
Seriously.
Let's do a hug to everybody watching.
I know.
Can we
Thanks, guys. And seriously, everyone that's just been like complimenting me and spreading the word, like, seriously, just thank you. I really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And Lauren, you're the shit. Thank you. You're the shit. All right, you guys can rewatch this interview. I do shows 3 times a week usually, and we love you all. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Wear a fucking mask. Don't be a dick. And we love you all. Go create something beautiful today, whether it's for someone else or for yourself. We love you guys. Yeah, lots of love. Bye.